Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Robuilt. I'm your host, Rob, and I'm really excited today because I've got a cameraman that can track with me as I walk. So like, how legit is that? We're gonna be staying at the Wildland Be Well Yurt today, and I'm really excited about this specific stay because I myself am a glam site owner. I own a yurt. New shot because my battery died, but that's okay. If I'm a little winded in this video, it's because we are a mile high. It's not because I haven't worked out for the last year. Little peek behind the curtain when I get super nervous that I'm not gonna finish because I have like an hour. I drink a beer. This YouTube ad brought to you by Sapporo. You got the right one, baby. Yeah. I'm really excited about this yurt specifically because I myself am a yurt owner and I also own a glam site. So for me, I like to one-up myself and try to make myself better in everything that I do by seeing what other hosts are doing. I don't even know how you can get winded talking, how they think out of the box. And I use that to kind of dictate how I want to evolve my own design palette. So they've done a really, really good job. As you can see here, the yurt itself is on a hillside. So it's not just resting on the ground. They actually have an elevated deck over here, which is a very, very nice thing because it makes you feel like you're in the air. It makes you feel like you're up high. Something that's very different from ours. Ours is actually on the ground because the land that we're on is completely flat. It's all good. When I man, it's rough. The elevation is getting me. Why is there so many things in the shot? When I spoke to the owners about this yurt, they said that the one thing that they wanted people to feel as they walked into the space was peace, and I felt it. They hit the nail on the head. It is very peaceful out here if you just kind of look. Even over here, we've got nothing but pines and cedars. Pretty sure those are the right trees. They've got nothing but pines out here, very high into the sky. I mean, I really feel like it's very rare that I see a topography like this. We are in the mountains, and you actually get a peak of the mountain out here, and you're just kind of immersed in all of what Mother Nature has to offer. Edit that, Caleb, to do the little annotations on my messed up words, edit this out. Did a quick fact check on myself. We are indeed in pine country. And look how big this pine cone is. If you kind of look here, I know you can't see the mountains, but I saw the viewfinder and this little view right here is so serene. This little slice of heaven right here is very heavenly. Checks out. But also other things about it are just the way they've kind of landscaped it. We have a lot of nice hardscaping, landscaping trails here. Here, actually, I'll take you to my favorite thing over here. All right, it's a little bit of a longer walk than I thought, but we'll cut to it. One thing that I really like is this Dwayne Johnson, but I really like their approach for putting a ladder right on it because it makes it very accessible. I have moved this ladder 100 times. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this Dwayne Johnson right here. We all know that I love a good rock. I can do this. It's because of the altitude. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the Dwayne Johnson here. We all know how I feel about a good rock. Yeah. I may or may not have pulled my tricep doing that. See, peaceful and lacking oxygen. Y'all know how I love a good rock boulder. I really feel like it adds quite a bit to the landscape and the topography of wherever you're at. And like I said, this is just one of the many elements that makes you feel like you're in nature. I mean, how often do you get to just sit on top of a gigantic boulder? Answer, probably never. This is the fourth stop in my tiny and unique space showcase where I travel the country visiting the coolest spaces that Airbnb has to offer. If you're interested in staying in this Airbnb, I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. If you wouldn't mind doing me a really big favor and hitting the heart in the top right corner of that listing, make sure that it's red. It'll really help the awesome owners of this Airbnb stand out in the algorithm. If you haven't signed up for Airbnb yet, I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. When you sign up with that link, you'll get $35 off your first stay. Also be sure to follow Wildland Organics on Instagram, and if you want more tiny house and DIY content from me, you can follow me at Robuilt. Let's head inside. As we head in here, you'll see that they have a little bit of deckage right here with two cool chairs for you to just sit down, enjoy your morning coffee, look into the creek. And this is just one of the many elements that they have where you can actually hang out outside. They actually have a creek right over there. The creek at this part of the year is actually very low, so you can actually go sit on the Dwayne Johnsons out there. And then there's a picnic table out here, and then there's just kind of many areas out in this piece of land where you can kind of sit and hang out. Now, that's very important considering that the yurt itself is 200 square feet, so obviously it's a little bit smaller. So as I always say in most of my videos, outdoor space really kind of make a difference in these types of listings. One nice accent to this entire place is actually this French door right here. In my yurt, we only have the single door. We chose that because we felt like like that was gonna be a better look, but actually looking at the way they've done it here, it really opens the space because you can actually use the chairs to kind of hold it open. Oh yeah, there we go. Open this guy. The mosquitoes are very real out here, so they actually have this cool net here. It's magnetic, it closes, and you can still actually open the door, hang out inside, get the breeze, and you're not having to worry about big old mosquitoes drinking your blood. Welcome to the Wildland Be Well Yurt. I only did that 7 times. Come on in. You're here, Roberto. You know we're going to be talking about the yurt. Hi, my name's Robert. You may know me from a couple of my other YouTube episodes where I never nail the single take. And we're gonna get this one right now, right here. We're inside the Be Well Yurt here. As you can tell, it's very spacious. From end to end, we have 16 feet. I believe when we mathed it out, it was 200 square feet on the inside, but honestly, it feels much more spacious than that. And because of the way that they have the layout, they have the bed right here in the middle. So there's actually no dead space where you can't walk around. It's completely open. You can walk around the entire yurt itself. This is actually very unique. This is not something that I've really seen before because typically in our yurt, for example, we put it right up against the wall, but having it open, having the bed in the very middle like this makes it so that it's a very open floor plan on the inside. Really nice touch. And then there's just so many kind of micro environments within here, right? So you have your teak, table right here. This is where you're gonna sit down and eat your meals. 2 chairs here because this is really meant for 2 people. Bed is a full-size bed. Me and my cameraman, Ryan, good man. We're gonna be cuddling up in this bed right here. Things are gonna get a little weird, but that's okay. This yurt is meant for 2 people. You don't really need more space than this. Just enough for you to have a morning coffee, your morning breakfast, divisive political commentary, whatever that may be for you and the person that you're staying with. This is a perfect little nook for just hanging out and enjoying the space. Lights started flickering, so we turned them off. Apologies if the color changes, but as you can see here, we have a little kitchenette here. Obviously, there's not a lot of space for a full kitchen, and that's totally fine because most guests are not actually utilizing the kitchen in an Airbnb. However, if you're someone that has used the kitchen in your Airbnb, I'm kind of interested in knowing that. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you've ever cooked a meal in your Airbnb. I have stayed at maybe 20 or 30, and I don't think I've ever cooked anything past like a sandwich. I don't know if you can consider cooking a sandwich cooking, but you get the point. As you see here, we have a toaster. So I actually brought some bread. Very weird, I've never bought bread to an Airbnb before, but I wanna just actually try to utilize the facilities today if I can. So we've got a toaster here. As you can see here, they have a little cabinet here, a little buffet, as my dad would say. You have all your kitchen essentials here. You have a little microwave. You do have all your plates. You have a French press, everything that you really need for a very short getaway. And then we have a and then we have a mini fridge right here, equipped with a freezer where they actually provide the ice. Nice touch. That's not something that a lot of Airbnbs have. And then they have a fridge down here. And this is a very nice touch that the host relayed to me as we checked in. But she kind of gives us this little pitcher of water. And they said if you don't want to walk all the way to the bathroom out there, which we'll do that in a little bit, you can actually just pour yourself some water here, wash your face, Victorian style is how she called it. Very nice. Oh wait, hold on. Does this work, you think? Or is this just for show? Cute! They've got a little lantern here if you need a little bit of light, which don't we all? And then they actually provide you with surface sanitizer. It smells very nice. It's like a peppermint smell, so nice touch here. I just really like the way that they've kind of designed the interior of this space. It's very kind of bohemian, Scandinavian, very nice elements, very minimal, but it's all that you really need in a space like this. One thing that really stands out to me as soon as you walk into the space itself is the lattice. Now in our yurt, the lattice is actually a cedar color, kind of like this right here. And the owner said that she really just didn't like the orangeness, the tint, the stain that they put on the lattice. So they actually hand painted this lattice. Now it would have been a lot easier if they had laid the lattice on the ground and painted it with the sprayer, but it was too late for that. And so she said that she actually got a lot of people in her community to volunteer a day or two for a week. And they had several people in here literally painting each lattice by hand with the paintbrush. And that just goes to show you like how much care and attention to detail they put in this space. It's not just this that really blows me away, but if you kind of look up to the ceiling here, you see that all the pillars that go around the yurt itself are painted black. Again, this is something that they had to do after it was actually installed, and it's such a beautiful touch because this is not really something that you see, you know? Typically, when you're designing something, you look at Pinterest, you look at Instagram, and you try to make it better, right? But this is not actually a color scheme that I've seen, and so this is very original. This is a very nice touch. It kind of feels like you're in a piano sort of, because it's like white and black. And it's very stunning. It's definitely something that makes it stand out from other yurts that I've seen out in the wild. Moving on over here, we have a awesome little chair. If you got tired of talking politics over here, you wanna just sit down, relax, very comfortable chair. They've got kind of the furry blanket right here, very cushioned. Oh, wow. They also provide you with these super comfortable robes. If you want to take a shower, use the facilities that are kind of a little bit of a walk, you can wear these robes in and out. Something like this is something that I appreciate, because one of the things that is very difficult whenever you're turning an Airbnb is the laundry. I mean, you could be stuck laundering sheets and towels and robes for hours. So just adding extra work on top of standard things is always very impressive to me. You kind of move here. I mean, if there's one thing that's super clear to me about this space, they are going for the spa resort type of feel, and they nailed it, right? Because they do really simple things like this. For example, this looks like a cedar wall. Looks like a nice element that they incorporate into the design, but what it really is a heater right here. This heater is ingrained all on this wall, and instead of exposing that and showing kind of what might be an eyesore, they actually choose to just create a really nice architectural piece with the cedar. But not just that, here's where it gets really cool. They do it on the other side. There's no heater right here. They just wanted a little bit of symmetry inside of the actual yurt itself. So over there, they have the heater. They could have just left it, and honestly, I would not have thought twice about it. But the fact that they make sure to do it on both sides, something that really tells me that they planned this entire design out. Also, something that you guys may have noticed from all my videos is I'm a big sucker for windows and natural light. Obviously, that's not something that you're seeing right now because it is getting a little dark right now, but there is 360-degree windows in this entire yurt. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the front door. But no matter what window you look at, you're looking at something different. Over here, you get all the pines that feel like they're reaching to the sky. If you look really closely, there's damn ladders in here again. Over here, I'm looking at a creek. Over here, I'm looking at a man murder somebody. And for me, that's just something that, it's not something you get at every Airbnb. And I know I already talked about the contrasting colors in the beams and then the actual installation of the place, but one really cool feature of this that I completely glossed over is the skylight up here. I mean, you're literally getting views of the trees, but also whenever it's sunny and the moon is shining in here, just makes for a very romantic night. So Ryan, I'm very excited for this. You get moonlight, trees, wildlife. I don't really know what else you can ask for in an Airbnb. And then on top of that, we have our mattress right here. We don't just have a bed here, we have a Tempur-Pedic, so obviously comfort, that luxurious spa feel is coming through that when they could have spent a lot less money on a mattress. The linens are very comfy. If I'm predicting this correctly, about 2,000 thread count. So nice job. And then we got a nice little throw. And then they even greet you with a little card here that says, welcome, we are so happy to be hosting you and look forward to making your stay truly memorable. I can't read good. A truly memorable experience. Should you require any assistance during your visit, please feel to contact us. And then they give you a little goodie bag here. Soap that they have made themselves because they actually have a bath and beauty line. And we'll get into that more in the bathroom. So this is a glamping experience, but this is glamping on steroids because they actually have electrical. Now, one thing that is missing from this experience is AC, but that's okay because of the way that this place is insulated. Because when all the windows are open and the doors open, you're getting such a beautiful breeze. And with the breeze, it feels much cooler than that in here. I had a light sweat going, because I haven't worked out in here. And then it does snow here in the winter, so they have their heater here. It's an electric heater, so really, there's not a lot missing from this experience. It's hard to call this glamping with the type of amenities that they offer because they actually have a full bathroom. Now, what they have is an octagonal. They have an octagonal house, and that's right at the front of the property. That's where they live, so you get the care and attention from the host if you need it. And right under it, they have a bathroom for guests to use, so we'll check that out right now. Our bathrooms at our glamp site are a very off-the-grid experience, so we use composting toilets and tankless water heaters, but this is a real bathroom. This is a full-on bathroom. Can't escape the ladders no matter where I go. You got a closet. You got storage for, okay, I got this. I know that this is storage, so we'll just, this is where they keep the bodies. They've got nice fluffy, what do they have nice fluffy of? They've got nice fluffy hotel grade towels in here, full shower, very nice. And then of course they have a real John down here, and they have they have body space mist. Again, one of their products, body space sanitizer mist. So if you had bad Thai or bad Mexican, then it smells nice. Wasn't supposed to be that close to my face. But honestly, I would drink it because that's how good it is. I don't know if that's bad for you. I mean, it's all natural, right? It's organic, I'm probably fine. I mean, my face burns a little bit, but I think that's the peppermint and I like it. As I said, fully functional bathroom. This is something that, I mean, if you really want to feel like you're roughing it without actually roughing it, then this place is the dream because you get a serene yurt out in nature and then you get real amenities like this. Not only that, but you're also surrounded by all the thoughtful details inside of this place, ranging from the aromas and the different products that they offer to the Tempur-Pedic mattress, to real electricity, to a real toilet. So if I were gonna grade this Airbnb, A+, hands down. I would definitely recommend booking it. Like I said, I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. I typically don't shill so much for Airbnbs, but I met the owners. I know their vibe. I know that they're very, very good people, and I know that they are very passionate about this space. So I love it. I know you'll love it too. Now, if you wouldn't mind, need about 15 minutes, give or take. Thank you. Okay, well, it's very dark now. I'm sure that this is very grainy, so my apologies in advance, but that is the end of this tour. As I said, outstanding Airbnb from corner to corner, or I guess there's no corner and round places, but from end to end. Like I said, this place is phenomenal. It's 75 degrees out and it feels so cool. It is such a breezy night, very beautiful. Looking forward to sharing a bed with my cameraman. I mean, they thought of everything in this place, and I say that a lot, but it's because I've been specifically seeking out spaces on Airbnb that stand out both in reviews, but both in their photos. From design all the way to thoughtful touches, they really nailed it. And that concludes today's tour of the Wildland Be Well Yurt. Again, be sure to follow them on Instagram. Be sure to follow me on Robuilt if you want more of this type of content. Quickly wanted to talk about some of my favorite aspects of this experience. First things first, one of the many things that drew me to this listing specifically when I saw the photos was the elevated deck. That kind of makes you feel like you're up in nature, as I mentioned earlier. Really nice experience to look out your window and see the creek kind of from an elevated standpoint. Second thing, while it does feel like you're roughing it in the sense that you're glamping, I love that there's a real bathroom. I love that there's a real bathroom that you can actually use, so you're not really roughing it, other than the fact that you don't necessarily have AC, but they do have a fan over there, which has been off this entire time because I care about the sound quality of this video. And lastly, no doubt, my favorite thing about this entire listing is the white lattice right behind me. All around, you're surrounded by such a beautiful design element. The owners of this space told me that it was a very painstaking process to paint every single lattice by hand. And when I asked them if they would do it again, if they had the choice, they said absolutely. They said it was worth 100% of the work to them. And I agree, because this is something that really stands out, especially when you juxtapose the colors of the white lattice to the black pillars on the roof. It's just something that you don't really see that often. Most people tend to set up their yurts and kind of furnish it a little bit poorly, and because they're relying on the novelty of the yurt. Hosts like myself, and clearly this host, pay so much attention to the little details here. So they painted their lattice. I was a little bored with the lattice, so we actually put vines in between the lattice. We spent a lot of money on interior design for our yurt. Very clear that they did the same thing because, you know, for me, experiences sell on Airbnb, especially in today's climate where people are wanting to get away and get secluded. Airbnb to me is starting to move away from the typical stick-built homes to more experiences, right? And so for me, that means A-frames, yurts, Airstreams, tiny homes for this awesome owner. It's obviously this yurt that they put a lot of love into, but this is the way of the future for Airbnb in my opinion, because people are craving that secluded experience. The owners of this glam site are doing that, and I'm doing that, and I want to continue to do that, so much so that I'm thinking about actually creating a course that teaches you how to set up a glam site and an off-the-grid experience from the ground up. If that's something that interests you, let me know in the comments below, because, you know, it's quite a bit of time and money to get that set up, but I really want to help people set up experiences like this because I feel like this is such an awesome way to create passive income for yourself. So if that's something that you think you want to see, be sure to let me know down below. Shoot me an email, send me an Instagram DM. The more people that want this, the more likely that it is to happen. But for now, let me know what your favorite part of this yurt was down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next episode of Robuilt. You're still here? It's over. The tour's over. You can go now. It's okay. You can go. Just hit the like and subscribe button on the way out, okay?